Welcome to Ringwood Library's Simple STEM series. I'm going to put my tea kettle on. Today we are going to talk about making ice sculptures. And to do that, first we're going to talk about matter. What is matter and the states of matter? So what is matter? Basically, matter is anything and everything. Things that we can see, glass, hair, shirts, and things that we can't see, like the air we breathe. To define matter, we have to talk about two things. We have to talk about shape and volume. So there are three different kinds of states of matter. The first is solids. So in our example, we're going to talk about water. And water in its solid form is ice. In its solid form, it takes on a definite shape and a definite volume. What is volume? Volume is the amount of space something takes up. So this ice cube's volume is maybe 1.5 inches, not quite squared, because it's a weird shape. So water in its solid form is ice. And then we have water in its liquid form that we drink. And water in its liquid form, a liquid has a definite volume, but not a definite shape. So the solid, definite shape, definite volume. The liquid has a definite volume. So I've got about 1/2 cup of water here, but it does not have a definite shape. So if I pour it into this glass, it takes on the shape of that glass. Okay? If I pour it into this glass, it takes on the shape of that glass. It may look like there's more in this glass than it did in this glass, but if we pour it back in the measuring cup, we'll see, hopefully I didn't spill anything, that we still have the 1/2 cup of water that we started with. So a definite volume, but a different shape depending on what container it's in. Now our third type of state of matter is gas. And for water, gas is water vapor. So when in the wintertime, when you breathe out, that's the water vapor that you see freezing. And when we boil a tea kettle, we get steam, and that is also water vapor or water in gas form. Let's get started with talking about how we're going to make our ice sculptures. So we are going to use ice cubes to make our ice sculptures. You can, maybe you have an ice maker or you have ice trays. If you have ice trays, you can get creative and add food coloring to the different cubes before you freeze them so that you have colored cubes to work with. Unfortunately, I got a nice new fridge and I got rid of my ice cube trays. One thing that you may want to use is a frozen cookie tray or a cookie tray that's been in the freezer. So it gives you a cold surface to work on so that your ice cubes don't melt. All right, so how am I going to put these together to make a sculpture? They aren't going to really stick together by themselves. I mean, I can stack them if I want, but if I want to build out to the side, I really can't. It falls apart. So what's our glue going to be? So when substances are added to water, so when there's something dissolved in water, it actually brings the freezing point of water down. So normally, freezing point of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. But if you add something, if let's say you're talking about ocean water, it's the salty water or brackish water, it doesn't freeze as fast as fresh water. And in the wintertime, when there's ice on the ground, we put down salt solutions to help melt the ice. So if we take a little bit of salt and pour it on top of the ice cube, the ice cube should start to melt. And if I put my other ice cube on top, maybe they'll stick together. Let's see. Nope, not sticking together. And if I sit here and hold it for a while, is it going to stick together? Maybe. So that is one way to do it, but that's going to take a long time because you have to melt the ice into water, and then that water has to refreeze, and the ice has to be cold enough to let that water refreeze. And the longer ice sits out, the harder that's going to be. So an easier way to connect your ice cubes to build sculptures is to use water itself. Take a nice fresh ice cube, take some water, drop it on top of the ice cube, take the other fresh ice cube and put it on top, and they do stick together. All right, so your ice cubes do need to be nice and cold. You can get creative and build whatever kind of sculpture you'd like, and then take pictures. Share the pictures with us at the library. We love to see what you guys are doing at home. I am not very creative, so I'm just creating a tower here. So good luck and have fun with that, and please explore the resources that we've attached with the video. See you next time.